So you are not concerned about Rueben Bain's arm length, Trevor?
I'm not at all. I'm really not. And the reason why is because he doesn't win with length. You know, I think when you have the length conversation when it comes to pass rushers, defensive linemen specifically, it's worth having, right? Because as a prerequisite on a general playing field, bigger athletes are going to win more often. And so with that being the case, you always want guys who are a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, have that length to them, especially when it comes to the trenches. But it's not like Rueben Bain's out here winning a ton with a long arm move or executing length as the main way that he wins as a pass rusher. That's not the case. That's not how he's winning. So I don't have to sit here and say, well, the shorter arms aren't really going to translate for how he won in college to how he won at the NFL level. He won in college football with leverage, leg strength, excellent hand usage, violent and fast hands at that, a great pass rush arsenal, really great counters. I mean, he was coached by the Hall of Famer Jason Taylor for 3 years down there at Miami. He knows what he's doing. You watch Rueben Bain, there's no fat to trim on his pass rush reps. I mean, it is as efficient as it gets. And in fact, I would tell you that the way that Rueben Bain often gets off of offensive tackles who maybe do wrangle him up a little bit, get an arm, maybe on the shoulder pad or on the inside, maybe have some control over him, the way the way that he discards those blocks is he uses leverage and leg strength to do that. That little hump move that Reggie White used to do all the time that he was very famous for. That's a lot of what Rueben Bain does when he's trying to get off the blocks. And I would tell you guys that it's even better to have shorter arms when that is how you disengage blocks. So I'm not worried about Rueben Bain at all whatsoever. I think he's a hell of a football player, and that's going to continue in the NFL.
Trevor Sikkema, Pro Football Focused NFL analyst. You have Carnell Tate, 5th to the Giants. Why do you have John Harbaugh's first pick as the Giants HC being this stellar wide receiver? By the way, that's 3 Ohio State players in the top 5.
Yeah, right, I know. I know you don't like seeing that,
so
right. I'm sorry about that there. But look, when it comes to Carnell Tate, I still think that he would be a worthy selection as a top 10 overall pick and potentially the number 1 wide receiver in this class. And I think especially when you talk about the New York Giants as a landing spot, Malik Neighbors, everything that he could do, not just underneath, but also vertically, and pairing that with what Jackson Dart loves to do well, what he did so well when he was at Ole Miss in Lane Kiffin's system, what we saw him do really well last year as well. Be somebody who can complement the run game, but then as the defense starts to creep up, right? Because the more you run those option and RPO sets, the more that you're really moving the ball on the ground. Okay, well, defense has got to creep up a little bit. Okay, you got to get more guys in the box, and when you do that, it's when you hit them over the top. And when you have 2 guys like Carnell Tate and Malik Neighbors to be able to throw the ball to vertically, you feel pretty good about it. Now, Sonny Styles wasn't on the board in this situation. Francis Mauigoa off the board in this situation. I think free agency is really going to give us a much clearer picture of what the Giants might do at number 5 because they've potentially got corner needs, potentially have offensive line needs. We'll see how they view this team in this overall roster. But Carnell Tate in this offense specifically and what he did as a vertical wide receiver this past year showcased the type of ability that you would love to pair with Malik Neighbors and put in that offense with Jackson Dart as their quarterback.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.